The White Cat Mystery. 10 minutes after the ceiling fan launch, the front door clicked open. Grandma Carol walked into the house, carrying 2 heavy bags of groceries. She stopped dead in her tracks. The living room looked like a movie set after an explosion. My dad was on his knees scrubbing white paint drips off the hardwood floor. Grandpa Joe was sitting in his chair, proudly holding a soaking wet, bright white walking cane wrapped in a garbage bag. And little cousin Leo was still standing there, wearing his superhero cape, looking very guilty. What in the world happened here? Grandma Carol asked, dropping her grocery bags onto the table. Before anyone could say a word, a tiny, miserable noise came from the top of the bookshelf. Meow. Grandma looked up. Barnaby the cat was sitting on the highest shelf. Because he had scrambled past the wet paint bucket during the chaos, his tail and his 2 back legs were completely covered in thick, bright white wall paint. He looked like a normal black and white cat that had been accidentally dipped halfway into a glass of milk. Joe, Grandma screamed, looking at Grandpa. Did you paint the cat? It wasn't me, Carol. Grandpa Joe laughed, his false teeth clicking. It was Captain Leo and his magical flying stick. Grandma Carol looked at 7-year-old Leo. Leo immediately lifted his cape to hide his face, leaving only his eyes peeking out. The evil dust bunnies did it, Grandma, Leo whispered. Grandma Carol didn't laugh. She put her hands on her hips and gave a look that could stop a train. Well, Captain Leo, she said, her voice calm but firm. The dust bunnies might have started it, but you are going to help me clean it. Go to the bathroom and fill the tub with warm water. Agent Barnaby needs an emergency bath. Now, if you have ever tried to give a cat a bath, you know it is a task meant for professional stunt performers. Barnaby hated water more than he hated dust bunnies. My dad grabbed a thick pair of leather gardening gloves to protect his arms. My mom held a fluffy towel like a shield. Grandma Carol stood by the tub with the pet shampoo, and Leo stood on a stool, ready to operate the water sprayer. Grandpa Joe sat on the toilet lid, acting as the referee. Operation Clean Cat begins now, Leo announced. Dad reached up and scooped Barnaby off the bookshelf. The moment the cat's paws touched the warm bathwater, he turned into a furry, spinning tornado. He splashed water everywhere. He soaked my dad's shirt. He sprayed soapy water directly into my mom's face. Hold his paws, Mom yelled, wiping bubbles from her eyes. I can't, he's too slippery. Dad shouted back, his leather gloves covered in white paint and soap bubbles. Leo, trying to be a helpful superhero, turned the water sprayer on maximum power. But his hand slipped. Instead of spraying the cat, he sprayed my dad directly in the chest, then swung the nozzle around and soaked Grandma Carol's perfectly styled hair. Leo, turn it off, Grandma gasped, blinking away the water. In the middle of the absolute madness, Barnaby saw his chance. He broke free from my dad's grip, leapt out of the bathtub, and landed directly on Grandpa Joe's lap. The wet, soapy, paint-covered cat scrambled up Grandpa's shirt, using his shoulders as a launching pad to jump through the open bathroom window into the backyard. Grandpa Joe was left sitting there, completely soaked, covered in cat hair and white soap suds, with his false teeth loose in his mouth. The bathroom fell completely silent, except for the dripping sound of water hitting the floor tiles. We all looked at each other. My dad was dripping wet. Grandma's hair was ruined. The cat was loose in the yard. Grandpa Joe looked down at his soapy shirt, looked at Leo's shocked face, and let out his trademark wheezy laugh. Well, Carol, Grandpa said, wiping soap off his forehead. At least the bathroom floor is finally getting washed. That did it. Grandma Carol looked at her ruined hair in the mirror, cracked a smile, and started laughing so hard she had to sit down in the dry bathtub. It took us 3 hours to clean the bathroom, wash the remaining paint off Barnaby in the backyard with a garden hose, and fix the ceiling fan. If you want to know what happened the following Sunday when Grandma Carol decided to cook the family dinner herself, click on this video right here for the final part. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss our family adventures, and tell me in the comments, what is the biggest mess you or your kids have ever made in the bathroom?